Alright guys, what's going on? Needs more drums back in City Skylines. And today we're going to do something super stupid and, some hopefully fun. But this is just, I'm just curious. Sometimes you gotta jump in City Skylines and just kind of have some fun and mess around and build something that you would never usually build. And so today we're going to do just that. So yeah. First of all, a reason for this video is that we hit 500 subscribers on the channel, which is awesome. You guys are great. I really appreciate the support, and especially, in the past couple months, the channel has grown pretty substantially from, 1 to 2 subscribers to now over 500, and it's still growing as we speak. So yeah, I'm glad that all of you are enjoying the City Skylines content, and there's plenty more where that came from, and some other games here and there once in a while too that I like to take a break from City Skylines and play, something different once in a while. So yeah, plenty more to come. So stick around. It's been a lot of fun so far. And yeah, so today for in honor of our 500 subscriber milestone, I thought it would be fun to make a city that is only 500 square units. So that's like super tiny. I'm very curious to what we can actually fit in there, and I am using like a ton of mods and assets, just ones that I've kind of collected over the past few months, past year or whatever. So some a lot of custom buildings. Just we'll go for some high density and stuff, and then I don't want to include anything, any of the city services though, like power and water. I don't want those to take up any of the area, so I'll keep those kind of like on the outside. But in terms of things in the city, any buildings like police station, fire, schools, residential, commercial, industrial, all that's going to go in our little tiny city. So let's figure out what we can actually do. And first I want to find a place close, I want to put it close to the water so that eventually maybe we can have like some kind of port or something. That'll we can build that later. But yeah, I think this is like looking like a pretty good spot right around here by the end of this river. Right here where these trees are, this might be a good spot to kind of get started. And I know this is just like a vanilla map. It's I think it's called like Gondola Islands, and it's from the pedestrian DLC. So yeah, I thought this would be kind of a nice little, just one road in, little rail connection over there, nothing crazy, very simple buildable area here. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and get started. So I think the first thing that we got to do is figure out how big of a grid we need, and I think that it needs to be 25 by 20 to get 500 square units. So I think having a 27 unit length here will give us one extra tile on each side, so it'll be 25 tiles. And then same thing with this one, we want to go 20, so we need 22, and we already have 1, so we need 21. Let's go there and there and there. And let me just do a quick count to make sure this is right, but I think it should be good. Okay, so yeah, so I was actually one tile short on the on one of the sides there, so it ended up being 25 by 19, so I bumped it out another tile, so we have 25 by 20, which is 500 square units. And so the next thing that I want to do is get a little, kind of put some crossroads through here. So just go for some easy one-way streets, make it symmetrical here. That is looking, actually I want to reverse these, go this way like that. All right, so I think that is good. So yeah, so what I'm thinking is residential over here, some industrial over here, and then commercial and office in the middle. So this kind of reminds me of like when you play a game like Sim City or something, and they always try to get you to start, like if you play the tutorial and it says, oh, just zone some residential and commercial and industrial. This is like what they start you with, is like just a basic grid with not a lot of space in between. But yeah, so now I want to go ahead and make a connection to the highway all the way out over here. And yes, we are playing with money on, because I do like to have that little challenge. And yeah, we'll see if we can actually turn a profit, which I'm not too convinced. I'm not very hopeful, but I guess we'll see what happens. We might surprise ourselves with what we can actually accomplish in this super tiny little space here. All right, so this is what we have to work with for our city. And yeah, that I'm actually, before I continue, I want to say that I'm actually very frustrated because I recorded this video like a couple days ago before, and I put down like police station or something, and then the game crashed, and so I lost all that I had done. So we're starting again from square one, literally, and hopefully this time the game won't crash. But yeah, we'll see. You know, always a gamble when you're using a lot of mods. You know, you got to be careful about what you're doing, because sometimes the game just doesn't like mods, and that's fine. But you know, it happens. So we're back, and it is what it is. But yeah, so let's go ahead and just kind of even out some of this terrain here, and then we can actually get to building. All right, so as with any city, the first thing that we need to do is establish some basic infrastructure. So I don't want to actually take up space in the city. I know, you know, this some of you guys might be like, oh, this is cheating. You know, if you're building a 500 tile city, you got to fit everything in the actual city. But I don't want to. I think that, you know, these things are kind of like just necessities, and sort of would be a, I don't feel the need to include them in the city. So something like water, we need a water pump. So I'll put that kind of over here, away from people for now. And then we'll also have our water treatment facility, which will be over here. So this will also be away from people. And then I want to put a recycling center. And the best part about this is that we literally need like no, like barely any infrastructure, because the city is microscopic. So I think that should be plenty of water and stuff for the city. And then in terms of power, I might just do, I don't want to spend a lot of money, so I might just do basic wind power. And we can actually get not a bad, I'm surprised, not a bad amount of wind over here for it being a flat map. So this is cool. Yeah, we'll put down like, you know, maybe 3 of these. And then drag out our power lines just right along the road here probably. All right, so infrastructure is ready to go. We just kind of smooth out the terrain just a little bit around this so it doesn't look as bad. Much better. All right, so now that we have our basic infrastructure established, we can actually go ahead and start placing down some buildings. So yeah, so what I want to use, this is just so dumb. Oh man. But yeah, we'll use some of these Rico buildings here, since I never really get to use. I haven't, you know, gotten a point in a city yet on the channel where I've gotten to use some of these real nice, beautiful modded buildings. So yeah, so I want to put down a some residential to begin with. So I think this one is looking very good. We can put this like kind of right there on the corner. And then I also want to put a school over by the residential zone. So I don't think we need a high capacity, but, and then we can actually upgrade that. Oh yeah, we definitely don't need that. So yeah, this should be plenty for what we need. And I kind of don't want to, I want to avoid to an extent of like putting buildings, you know, like overlapping them. But for some stuff like this, I don't, you know, I don't think that matters too much. So yeah, so we got that there. And then maybe here we could put like some sort of a nice little park, like a little tennis court or something, I'm thinking. Yeah, and I'll actually drag, and these are nice because you got some space, so I could just drag this forward a little bit. And then we're not overlapping there, so that's nice. Nice little complex there, little housing complex. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and actually press play and see how this is going. And I think for budget, we definitely don't need 100% power. We definitely don't need 100% water either. Honestly, we don't need 100% anything because like we have literally nothing, so that's fine. But yeah, let's go ahead and choose our, I like those recycling trucks, so we'll do that. And then, ooh, yeah, we're missing power in the city, but you know what? That I'm actually just gonna leave this for now because we're gonna get some power in a minute as we expand. So yeah, so let's go ahead and put that building down to start. And then in terms of other residential, I kind of want to keep, let's see, I don't want to get too big of buildings, but I definitely want to have, you know, some high density. Like this one is really pretty. It's a little large, I think, for what we're going for. Maybe something like this would look nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's use this. That'll be really good. And we can always go back through and, you know, upgrade some of these later and such, but yeah, for now, this is looking pretty nice. Maybe one of these condos. I always love these buildings. Don't really get a chance to use them a ton, so this is really nice. Yeah, that's cool. And what else do we have? I'm just trying to have a little bit of variety in the skyline so that not all the buildings are exactly the same height. So I kind of want to put down maybe something like... that's definitely too big. Don't want that. Thinking like this. This is looking really nice. I put that down right there. That'll be perfect. And then I could put one more taller skyscraper on the corner. Maybe even next to something like this. That looks really good. And then we can put one more tall building here. Oh, you already have that one. Let's not use that one. Maybe one of these modern condos will do the trick just fine. I think that's a little bit tall. Or something like this. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Awesome. Okay, great. Yeah, so we have our little residential complex here. Plenty of room for people to live. And then I'll go ahead and actually drag out some pathways here too, because, you know, why not? There we go. And then we'll go ahead and make this area look a little bit better with some trees and stuff later on. And actually, I'll go ahead and do this. Use my favorite asset there, my little transformer box. So that'll be perfect for that. And I'm actually going to go ahead and save the game real quick. Yeah, I want to avoid what happened last time. So, all right. So now we have plenty of places for people to move in and live. And what is this? The road connection is missing? Whatever. So yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to our commercial and industrial zones. And so in terms of industry, let's put down nothing. I'm not looking for anything super substantial. I think nice that that fits perfectly right there. Look at that. Yeah, we're definitely gonna put that down. Nice warehouse there, so that'll be excellent for that. And then one of these industrial corner buildings are really cool. I always like these. I think they look, you know, really good, kind of old school. And we can actually put some of the office zones here as well, and some other city things. So yes, let's put down a couple of these little industrial warehouses. I love these as well. These are great assets. So that looks good for that. And we'll, you know, add more as needed. And then in terms of commercial zones, I think we're gonna go for some high density. And I would like to have sort of a little plaza area too. So maybe something like this nice. The shopping center is so good looking. I love this asset. Haven't used it yet in any of my cities, but this is definitely a great chance to do that. And then maybe we can have a little pedestrian plaza right in between here. This fountain is looking really nice. Yeah, maybe I'll just throw that right there. And I'll add some trees in, you know, as well, of course. But yeah, so that'll be looking really good. And then we can have another bit of commercial right over here. I don't know why I clicked on the industrial tab. It's not. It's definitely not where the commercial buildings are. Yeah, maybe even one of these Korean buildings. These look really good. Ooh, that's very nice. Look at that one. That is extremely dense, but I think it might work. It might, or we can, you know, add some of these like kind of over here. That's not a bad idea either. Yeah, this is a nice little dense commercial area. I like this a lot. That's really cool. And then that one even, that one fits in right in there really nicely. What about this one too even? That's a cool building. I'm actually going to replace this with that one. Because this looks fantastic. Given a little bit of variety here. So yeah, so that's cool. And then over here we can put, you know, some more commercial as needed, but we'll leave this open for now. But actually what we should put here is maybe some healthcare. Yeah, we'll do that. And we don't need anything super huge because this is a very small city. And I have this mid-century modern clinic. And I really want to put this down somewhere. So yeah, maybe this will be a good spot to do that. And now we need some fire and police. Just gonna go and select my ambulance there. Always want my special looking ones, you know. So yeah, we'll do that. And then some fire and police. I'm thinking, again, nothing super massive. This mid-century modern fire station might do the trick. This one is tiny. This one might be the winner. Go ahead and put that down right there. That's perfect for this little city. And then finally, a police department is necessary. And we have this little mid-century modern sheriff's office here. So this one might be another good one to put down kind of right by this fire station. It fits right there on the corner. That's a little emergency complex there. So that is done. And yeah, this is I'm actually impressed with how much we're able to fit in here for now. And it looks like our households are filling up. So we may need to actually expand the residential zone out over here instead too, and save some of this for the office zone. So yeah, so I was just about to put down a residential building, and then my game crashed again, but it's fine. So yeah, so let's go ahead and looks like we got to rebuild a couple things here. So we got to rebuild the police department that I had, and I think the fire station too. So we'll go ahead and plot both of these down. I deleted a couple mods to see if those were the issue, but I don't know. City Skylines is always a mystery to me, but it's fine. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and just continue as is, and I'm actually going to save a little bit more frequently now, just to avoid that happening again. But yeah, so let's go ahead and put down another residential building. I do want to go for something high density, so maybe something like that would be nice. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. I'm going to put that down. Very beautiful. Awesome. Yeah, and then some of these areas here we can actually kind of detail these up a little bit. So that'll be fun. And then here maybe we can actually add a couple of other residential buildings. Maybe like something that is kind of a 4x2 or a 3x2. To see what we have available to us. Surprisingly not a lot. I think, you know, some of these little small ones might just do the trick. But I think, or we can even go for some eco buildings. That might be nice, actually. Yeah, something like this. That's pretty cool. Gonna put down a couple of these. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty nice for some residential. And it looks like these are starting to fill up pretty well. So we'll go ahead and wait till some of these are completely full. And we can put down an office building since we don't have one of those. Definitely not something that massive. No, these are way too big, so we won't do anything like that. Maybe some of these smaller ones. I would like a little bit of a skyscraper though, like something, you know, kind of tall. Would be cool. Yeah, maybe something like this. That looks real nice. Thinking that's it right there. What are these guys complaining about workers? No workers, really? I know that, like, there's no way that everybody's like unemployed. Yeah, I feel like some people just haven't found their jobs yet, unless they're all too educated for the industrial workforce. Either that, or we're gonna need some more some more residential zones, which we may need. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and detail up this city a little bit. I'm actually having a lot of fun with this. This is really funny. It's just seeing what the game can do, you know. You know what? I'll actually go ahead and put down, fill in this gap. Maybe I can have some wall-to-wall residential buildings here or something. Yeah, that'll work. I forgot about these. That one is actually a corner building. Let's put that there. A couple of these. There we go. Some more space for people to live. And let's go ahead and put down some more trees in this area here. I gotta say, the city's not looking too bad for being only 500 tiles. I wouldn't mind living here. Can't complain at all. And I wonder if maybe the reason for this workforce problem is that these buildings are all pretty high level, and we need some more lower level buildings. So maybe I'll go ahead and put some lower level buildings over here by the industry so that people can work there if they have, you know, a little bit less education. So just let me see if you can actually go in here and change the level of buildings. I forget how to do that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, building level, and then we can actually have a minimum and a maximum level. So maybe between 1 and 3, and see what kind of high density buildings we can get here. Even there's still some nice ones actually. So yeah, like some of these have a nice little housing complex going on over here. I think that would be great for this area. I figured we'd do something kind of cool here, like that. And these can actually hold a lot of people as well. So yeah, so that'll be good. We can get some more citizens and put a dent in some of this this residential demand, which is higher than I thought it would be. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised. Hasn't really gone down too much yet. All right, and another thing we could do is go ahead and upgrade some of these roads to make them a little bit more attractive. So adding some trees, I think, would really help. Yeah, so able to add some nice tree-lined streets here will make the city look really, really good. And yeah, and it looks like finally our needs more workers problem is getting relatively solved, except for this building still needs a lot of uneducated workers actually. So hopefully some of these can fill up and help out with that. But yeah, it also looks like we need some more industry, so that's good. So we can put down a couple of more industrial buildings right over here, and maybe something like that, and hopefully that'll satisfy some of this industrial demand. And then we can save this spot for, you know, one last, maybe like a residential building if we need it, or if we still need a lot of industry, we can fill that in. But yeah, for now, I'll just let that kind of sit. And now we can look at our budget, which I don't even think that we need much money for like literally anything. So yeah, we could look at decrease probably garbage disposal. We don't need a lot of money for that. Even healthcare and these fire services, I really don't think that we need much. Yeah, since I think this only adjusts the number of vehicles, we can go through and lower some of this. Same with the police department. I mean, the area that these have to protect is so small, so it really is kind of pointless to have all of the vehicles at their disposal. Yeah, oh, especially the police. Yeah, I mean, there's 8 police cars in here. We can even lower that a little bit more. What about for the ambulance? 6? No, we don't need 6 of those. Definitely not. 2 fire trucks is probably fine. Yeah, and one thing that I actually forgot is death care. So I am going to put down a little crematorium here, right by the industrial area. And I think that just about fills up everything. And look at that, we're actually turning a profit. So this is cool, yeah. So we are able to make a 500 tile self-sustaining city in City Skylines. And that's pretty freaking cool, you know. I think it's always kind of fun to jump into the game and you know, try to figure out something a little bit different. And yeah, it's always cool to see what you can do. Kind of push your limits a little bit of creativity. So yeah, and look at this. Still people are moving in. Oh, this is great. Yeah, people are actually wanting to live in this tiny little distant dystopian society or utopian society or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, before we end the video here, which it is getting to be about that time, and hopefully my game doesn't crash anymore. But yeah, fun fact: I was over New Year's. I've been kind of sparse in the video uploads. Or at least, you know, maybe I feel like I am because I haven't had a lot of chance to record in the past couple weeks. I actually, around Christmas, I actually ended up getting sick. I had COVID, so I was out for like, you know, a couple days, just feeling really bad. And then come New Year's, when I started getting better, we had a New Year's gig with my band. So we played at a cool little local place. A lot of people, you know, it's not a huge place, but a lot of people came and stayed the entire night, which is really cool. It's always fun, you know, when you're playing and you know, people enjoy what you do and they actually stick around to the end of the show. And given that it was New Year's Eve, you know, it didn't end until midnight, so people stuck around pretty late, and that was really cool. We had a lot of fun, just some good old fashioned, you know, rock and roll and blues and a little bit of funk and everything in there. So all around, super fun. If you guys also had a fun New Year's, you know, I hope that everybody had a good New Year's and good holiday season / Christmas / you know, whatever you celebrate around this time of year. I hope that it all went well, and you know, I wish everybody the best of luck in 2023. So thank you all for sticking around. Hopefully you enjoy the tiny little build, and I think this looks pretty good for for a 500 tile city. I was actually surprised about what we could fit in here, and so maybe you know, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, maybe we'll just keep kind of, you know, add another 500 tiles and keep growing the city, and you know, it'll be a fun little gimmick for the channel. Just this tiny city that will grow with the channel. So I don't know, just a thought. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, thank you all again, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you later. See ya.